Be a different type of video because I got a rant about whatever the hell these new type of decks are on. I'm not with the game, I guess, because this dude starts off with Fairy Tale Luna, and I immediately thought that this game was gonna be like a pretty cool game because I've never seen, a deck utilize Luna in the Fairy Tales, and I had a solid hand. Okay, this hand was no joke. I see Artemis, and I'm a little confused because I I used to run Artemis and just really never see her get played. Now this dude is already popping off like faster than I can even imagine, but my whole plan is pretty simple. I can dump a Dark Magician, search for my fusion card, get out Apprentice Illusion Magician, summon her, get a Dark Magician hand, and I'll go through my combo to get Dragoon, whatever. But you're finna see what happens, okay? Because he is just still non-stop going. And this is the first guy that comes out that I take the liberty to read, because I figured this was inboard, seeing that he was a negate, and I go ahead and read this guy here too. We're actually going to pause this right here. So both of these cards are quick effect negates. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish one Fairy Tale card from your hand or graveyard, negate the activation if you destroy it. So he has the requirements in the graveyard for that. Then we've got this guy, this big red beefy guy right here, okay? Looking like a fiery Thor or something. When a monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send one face-up Magistus monster card you control to the graveyard, negate the effect, and if you can, destroy one card your opponent controls. So he's got 2 active negates that I've been made aware of in-game. But he's got more, and I didn't realize this. But this right here is a destructive card. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster and you control a Fairy Tale monster, except during the damage step, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Also, it becomes a prince. I didn't even know that last part. So I got jump scared by his freaking field spell negating me. Not to mention, you're finna see this guy, me knowing he's got 2 negates, I go ahead and prepare to try to play around this. So I start off with Magician Souls, and I dump a Dark Magician, which, showing you now, I play Soul Servant right after. I played Magician Souls first to hopefully get him to negate it, because it wouldn't matter, because the whole goal is Dark Magician in the graveyard, so that way I can activate Soul Servant. Which he did neither of. He negated neither of it, except since he didn't negate it, I figured the next step was to go into, activating Soul Servant from the graveyard to draw that card. That gets shut down by Ash in his hand, so he didn't even have to use one of the ones on the field. Which, I have Ash in my deck. I'm not too surprised by that one, but it just hurt, because I still wasn't ready for the field spell. So all of this resolves, and my next thought is to go ahead and try to bait him out with a Link summon in my little Karibo monster, and he's got a cool effect engrave that I was kind of banking on. So with that right there, did not expect that. Negates it with the field spell. So I try Illusion of Chaos, which surprisingly he let go through. Then I went and summoned Apprentice, which of course I got greedy on, trying to get the Dark Magician out of, and he negates, but it wouldn't matter, because if I went into the Dark Magician of Chaos in the extra deck, that still would have been negated. He got negated, because why not? Literally everything. That was 4 or 5 negates? Dude, I had a little bit of pride that I was even able to get all of that out of him. I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure, I used up every one of his negates. And right here, he just takes the liberty to go ahead and OTK for the win. Sorry about my chair there. But he, like I said, A Magistus deck is something I'm a little familiar with, but mixing it like this and just having it this controlling is insane. 4 to 5 negates. Not like, you just can't play. You have to make a deck that keeps up, which, I mean, I want to be able to do. That's amazing, and I don't want to copy someone else's deck to do that. But anyways, yeah, you can see my terrible ranked lose streak I'm going on right now, but that was the one I wanted to talk about today. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.